The Air Force of Ukraine has received 4 helicopters donated by Latvia, and in the near future they will fully become part of the aircraft fleet of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. 6 months ago, the Stinger systems donated by Latvia helped the Ukrainian army to deter the Russian invasion. Now, when Ukrainian soldiers are counterattacking in many places, our donated helicopters will help conduct military operations and rescue. Western support for Ukraine should not stop until it liberates the territory from the Russian occupation troops, Defense Minister Artis Pabriks said. 2 Mi-17 helicopters and 2 Mi-2 helicopters were delivered to the Ukrainian Air Force partially disassembled. Before delivery, the helicopters were painted, and 1 Mi-17 was overhauled. The Ukrainian Air Force will start using helicopters for missions after their assembly is complete. Latvia is one of the countries that has provided the most significant support to Ukraine in terms of gross domestic product. Latvia has supplied Ukraine with weapons and personal equipment, unmanned aerial vehicles, dry rations, ammunition, anti-tank weapons and Stinger anti-aircraft missiles worth more than €200 million. Also, Latvia is one of the members of the Ukrainian Defense Contact Group, designed to help Ukraine in the fight against Russian aggression. 6 M109 howitzers, recently arrived from Latvia to Ukraine, demonstrate the results on the battlefield. Defense Minister Alexei Reznikov said on Twitter. Direct speech. Another 6 M109 howitzers that recently arrived in Ukraine from Latvia are already showing results on the battlefield. Reznikov thanked his Latvian colleague for his steadfast support. Together we will win, said the Minister of Defense. UN Secretary General António Guteres will arrive in Lviv and Odessa this week to meet with presidents of Ukraine Volodymyr Zelensky and Turkey Recep Tayyip Erdogan. About this, as writes European Truth, Reuters reports with reference to a UN representative. UN Secretary General António Guteres will meet with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan in Lviv on Thursday, and on Friday he will visit Odessa, where grain exports have resumed under a UN-brokered agreement. According to the speaker, during the meeting with Zelensky, Guteres will discuss the situation at the Zaporozhye nuclear power plant, as well as the search for a political solution to the war with Russia. Ukraine and Russia accuse each other of shelling at the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant, which Russian troops captured in the early stages of their invasion. The United Nations has said it can facilitate a visit by International Atomic Energy Agency (IAEA) inspectors to Zaporozhye from Kyiv, but Russia has said any mission that passes through the Ukrainian capital is too dangerous. On Saturday, Guterres will visit the Joint Coordinating Center in Istanbul, which includes representatives from Russia, Ukraine, Turkey and the UN, which controls the Black Sea export of Ukrainian grain and fertilizers. Recall that at the end of July, Ukraine, Turkey, the UN and Russia signed a grain agreement on guarantees for the export of Ukrainian grain by sea. President Erdogan believes that the grain agreement will bring closer agreements to end the war in Ukraine. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan during a visit to Ukraine will discuss steps to end Russia's war against Ukraine, by diplomatic means. Literally, during the meeting, steps will be discussed that can be taken to end the Ukrainian-Russian war through diplomacy, by activating the mechanism created to export Ukrainian grain to world markets. The Turkish Communications Department said in a statement that Erdogan will pay a one-day working visit to Lviv at the invitation of Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. According to the statement, Erdogan and Zelensky will discuss all aspects of Turkish-Ukrainian relations at the level of strategic partnership.